county legislators, department heads, and fellow Chautauqua County residents. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's meeting and what is my first State of the County address, which is also Chautauqua County's first virtual State of the County address. Shortly after I transitioned into the role of county executive, Chautauqua County and the world faced one of the most unique challenges of our lifetime, the COVID-19 pandemic. Tonight, I will discuss the impact of COVID-19 on Chautauqua County and how we have met its challenges head on. I will touch on efforts made and successes we've had during the past year and conclude with my plans that I feel will take Chautauqua County to the next level. The first 2 months of my administration began like many before me. I became acquainted with my department heads, my cabinet, and leaders throughout Chautauqua County. I worked closely with our leadership in county government and began to form what would be my vision of what 2020 would look like under my leadership and under my new administration. Many projects had already begun, and I began working to see them through to fruition and making sure we were making the right steps to make sure things work fast and moved in the right direction. As the month of February unfolded, things were changing on the eastern part of the state, and those changes would impact every county from Suffolk to Chautauqua. As I began meeting with our health department, it became quickly apparent that these events would lead our county and our economy to an abrupt shutdown. On Sunday, March 15th, 2020, we called an urgent meeting of the county staff and other stakeholders to evaluate the rapidly developing COVID-19 situation. That afternoon, I declared a state of emergency and immediately formed my COVID-19 response team. That team began work on what would become a year-long commitment. This initial team of over 25 individuals helped set the course for our local response and communications. Part of that team includes the following individuals who I've worked closely with in what has now become the last year of our efforts. Sheriff Jim Quattrone, Public Health Director Christine Schuyler, Emergency Services Director John Griffith, and our 3 county physicians, Dr. Robert Burke, Dr. Michael Falk, and Dr. Brian Walters. Ultimately, as this situation moved to a long-term FEMA event, we reduced the initial 25 to a FEMA incident command system of the 7 I have listed. As our COVID-19 situation evolved, communication became a key priority. We were able to quickly develop communication plans and multiple modes of relaying important information to our residents. One of the things I am most proud of was our focus to ensure information was accessible to everyone. Early on, a request was made to provide a sign language interpreter so the deaf and hard of hearing would be able to access and understand our press conferences. As a result of that request, the Western New York Deaf Access Services recognized Chautauqua County's effort with a 2020 Community Partner Award, the award we have here. Early in the pandemic, our focus was on the physical health of our residents, and what quickly emerged was a need to focus and transition on the fiscal health of our ever-changing county government and county budget. The unknowns around the impact of economic shutdowns, sales tax reductions, increased expenses of the pandemics caused me to create my COVID-19 finance team. This team included our finance director, budget director, along with key leadership from the legislature. While many counties and municipalities in the state were facing budget deficits, we worked with diligence and engaged all department heads in the process as we recognized opportunities for what became over $4 million in reductions to the 2020 adopted budget. To further assist our budget reductions, we offered our county workforce voluntary furloughs. Those furloughs helped our county with an additional $1 million in savings. We are currently operating with fewer employees than we were 10 years ago and are now perhaps the busiest county government has ever been. And I would personally like to thank each and every one of our county employees for their terrific work, all they have done, and all they will continue to do through these unprecedented times. Despite all of these unknowns, I was able to produce a 2021 budget that was structurally balanced and protected the fiscal health of Chautauqua County. Thanks to better than anticipated sales tax revenues, departments holding the line to their own budget reductions, and our proactive approach paid off with preliminary, and again, I stress preliminary, budget figures showing 2020 coming in $4.5 million ahead of our budget. Again, that's $4.5 million ahead of what was approved as our budget prior to COVID-19. While COVID-19 surged downstate, Chautauqua County was eluding the massive hospital surge and high rates of COVID positive residents. New York State Governor put all of New York on pause in order to slow down and stop the spread of the virus. During this time, it became obvious that the closing of our economy would have a significant impact on our economic health here in Chautauqua County. Our economic development team leaped into action and worked with local businesses. Working with local foundations, we launched a personal protective equipment or PPE grant program that helped 30 local businesses comply with state requirements. Also, we implemented an emergency working capital loan program, which assisted 24 companies with low interest loans. This loan program would later serve as a model for several counties throughout New York State. And I would personally like to thank Mark Geis and Rich Dixon for their efforts in establishing that loan program. A special thanks goes out to my staff, the health department staff, economic development in the County of Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency, the Sheriff's Department, emergency services, and all who were instrumental from county government in assisting our residents and businesses. I would also like to thank many Chautauqua County businesses who helped serve others. Early in the pandemic, when PPE and sanitizer supplies became scarce, Jay Baker and his team at Jamestown Plastics developed the innovative and reusable face shield to help protect frontline workers. The True Hero face shield is used by Chautauqua County EMS and Chautauqua County EMS providers and has provided life-saving protection throughout this crisis. Southern Tier Distilling and 5 and 20 distilleries shifted production of spirits to make hand sanitizer for our residents. Pace's Pizza wanted to make sure frontline workers were appreciated and well fed. They rose to the challenge by instituting a pizza donation program in which they matched every pizza that was purchased for essential workers. We are fortunate in our county to have many businesses that I've recognized and many more who have came forward to help in this time of need. Chautauqua County has emerged as a leader in our reopening concept and continued building relationships that in turn would facilitate a safe reopening of our county and our economy. The Western New York Regional Control Room built valuable relationships with Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul and myself, as well as county leaders throughout all of Western New York. As the control rooms became a source of collaboration, my office began to spearhead other regional collaborations. As the governor focused on growing concerns of the infection rate increases in Pennsylvania, I formed the Border County Coalition. This group consisted of all counties that bordered Pennsylvania from Rockland all the way west through Chautauqua County. These efforts and weekly discussions proved vital in understanding how our counties could help all residents of our state as well as our bordering state, working with them and not shutting them out. In efforts to work collaboratively, we not only worked with state and regional leaders, but we worked with local leaders as well. I felt it imperative to work with mayors, supervisors, and highway supervisors to apprise them of the ever-changing world we were living in and how to help them assist their constituents during this difficult time. Last, we were also able to expand our testing availability when appointments were scarce by requesting rapid testing machines through our control room and Lieutenant Governor Hochul. By working together, we were able to get things done and help shape the reopening process, not only here in Chautauqua County, but across the state. As we look ahead, compared to a year ago, we have optimism. As the vaccine rolls out, we shift our focus from mitigation to vaccination. I continue to lobby for resources for Chautauqua County in the regional control room and the regional vaccine hub. We have had preliminary talks and have agreed to work quickly with the state to establish a mass vaccination site in Jamestown and Fredonia. These plans are ready to implement as soon as the state provides vaccine, and I am confident this will help springboard our vaccination efforts. We have recently launched the COVID-19 Heroes program, and this has been met with great success and a great deal of contribution from our community. What this program does is recognize local individuals who are working on the front lines of the pandemic and doing an exemplary job for their residents. The Chautauqua Lake Memorandum of Agreement is set to expire this year, and we have already begun developing a new Memorandum of Understanding. This MOU will build on the original MOA to incorporate lessons learned. We will continue facing our Chautauqua Lake challenges head on with scientific analysis and strong data. Our lake initiatives have brought world-class researchers to Chautauqua Lake, including the Jefferson Project, Bowling Green, and North Carolina State Universities. We will continue to establish Chautauqua Lake as a scientific research center to provide sound data and scientific explanations to help preserve Chautauqua Lake and help our economy. The key to lessening tax burden continues to be growing our local economy. This is more crucial now than ever as our local businesses and industries adapt to the post-COVID-19 economy. Chautauqua County businesses are creative and resilient. We have seen many great examples of businesses adapting to the safety regulations needed to reopen their doors. One such example is the National Comedy Center. They've developed its Laugh Safe program to protect visitors, creating a model that can be used in museums and attractions across the country. We've also seen small businesses work to develop their online presence through Shop Local CHQ, an online marketplace. This concept originated in my office, but quickly became a collaboration with our economic development team and the Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce. While other counties in the state look to establish business and economic resiliency teams, we were once again ahead of the curve here in Chautauqua County. The development of the Partnership for Economic Growth was key in that movement. Our CCIDA and Economic Development Team continue their focus on business retention and development efforts. They have successfully obtained $10.5 million from the U.S. Economic Development Administration's grant program to establish a revolving loan program. Business developments that were in the works prior to COVID-19 continue to move forward here in Chautauqua County. Some of those projects include Arctura, a ceiling tile manufacturing that will move into a vacant space in the Mason Industrial Park, and Petrie Baking Products, and the ever-joyous smell of baked cookies in the village of Silver Creek. Petrie has intentions and plans to move into its previous facility and bring that delicious smell back to Silver Creek. In addition, the announcement of a new Love's Travel Stop and Country Stores Incorporated brings long overdue development to the I-90 exit in Ripley, New York. We are also pursuing the reinstatement of essential air service programs to bring commercial flights back to Chautauqua County's Jamestown Airport. We have welcomed Luscombe Aircraft Manufacturing to the Jamestown Airport, as well as a unique and exciting opportunity with Beta Industries. Beta Industries is an aircraft manufacturing company that has manufactured an electric aircraft. Chautauqua County will be serial number 2 of a charging station that is currently being built that will provide needed support for this company's efforts to expand and fulfill contracts with the United States Air Force. The path to a thriving county demands economic growth, workforce readiness, a quality of life environment, an effective and efficient county government, and a growth of our agricultural opportunities. Most recently, I began discussions to integrate the county's Food Policy Council in opening doors with our local farmers markets. What this will do is bring agricultural stakeholders together to discuss ways we can increase local growers to the wholesale marketplace and work to improve our food security. We also want to work and increase our ever-growing farmers markets throughout Chautauqua County. This is merely a part of our agricultural growth and sustainability. I am working to promote an environment within Chautauqua County for both small and large businesses to grow and prosper. Collaborative efforts have already begun with JCC, private businesses, and local leaders throughout our community to address our workforce readiness culture. I will continue to aggressively support initiatives such as the Partnership for Economic Growth and promote tourism with the Chautauqua County Visitors Bureau, as tourism is one of the leading industries here in our county. We will work to further explore government efficiencies, regional concepts which include countywide code enforcement and a county housing court. We will continue improving our communication within Chautauqua County government as well. I have established a number of topic-focused cabinet groups, such as our Human Services Cabinet, Finance Cabinet, and Department of Public Facilities Cabinet. Each will meet on a monthly basis and have already begun, making sure that we keep open lines of communication to work efficiently and collaboratively for the betterment of Chautauqua County government and its residents. I will continue to be a dedicated champion for the residents of Chautauqua County. I will work tirelessly to bring Chautauqua County to the next level. This pandemic is merely an obstacle to our path to success. My goal is for efficiency, cost reduction, and economic development. Together, these efforts will become models for other counties throughout our Empire State. Thank you for your time. Stay healthy, stay safe, and continue to be CHQ strong. Thank you.